Welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. Now, one thing that Japan's gotten really good at is slice of life anime. And this one is Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Basically, a working woman that gets drunk, goes out into a field, saves a dragon, and now dragon wants to be a maid. Can't put it any simpler than that. Okay, this is a great, lighthearted comedy anime. Yes, Kobayashi-san, she gets drunk, she goes out into a forest, she finds a dragon there that is mortally wounded, has a sword stuck in her, and basically ends up pulling the sword out, saving her life, and Toru, the dragon's name, ends up wanting to pay her back and ends up becoming a maid. Never mind the fact that the dragon fell completely, madly in love with her. Yeah, that's a thing too. This anime is going to have a boatload of Yuri. I mean, it's got a lot. So, Miss Kobayashi, just a typical working woman. She's a coder, programmer. She goes to work, works 9 to 5, probably a lot of overtime, like most Japanese employees, it seems. And, gets home late and, that's her life. She plays video games, not very athletic or anything, wears glasses, has the dead fish eye looking thing or whatever that they refer it to. And overall, not very much of a person that stands out. Not much at all. But she's got a dragon. She actually ends up getting more than one. Toru the dragon, she's kind of a little nutty baby. An incredibly powerful dragon, capable of bringing about Armageddon. That's how powerful she is. And she's actually from another world, but supposedly she was born in the normal world. I don't know the history behind that yet, but apparently she got her name on Earth as we know it, right? Now, she wants to pay back Ms. Kobayashi for saving her life and also becomes infatuated with her, absolutely madly in love with her. And Ms. Kobayashi, she's not terribly innocent in this regards because, how... You gotta watch the anime to kind of get the gist of that. But Toru just doesn't understand the human world. No common sense, basically. She's used to being in another world, fighting off humans, raiding castles, the typical medieval dragon fantasy type deal. When she comes over to our Earth, our world, it's just normal. And there's all of a sudden a dragon that's very powerful there. There's going to be more than one. I told you. And Toru is she is so out of it in terms of what humans want, what humans respect, common decency, common ethics and everything. I mean, one of the things that she does it's actually kind of comical. She chops her own tail up to cook it for Miss Kobayashi, thinking... I don't know if she's thinking she's doing her a favor, if it's some weird perverse sexual thing. I mean, Toru, she should grow it back. I mean, it's not a big deal to her. Chop her tail off here, have some dragon tail meat. I mean, it's fine. But yeah, it's Miss Kobayashi will not touch it. And I don't blame her. And Toru, might be a dragon. She initially really hates pretty much all humans because of what happened to her in the previous world, but slowly, well, actually kind of fast to be honest, she starts growing on the human world, really enjoys herself, and is living a good life with Miss Kobayashi. She's happy. That's the goal for everyone, right? All right, let's get a couple more of the other characters in there. First up, you got Kana. Kana is basically a gothic Lolita electricity dragon. Put that all together. Wow. I just thought of that. It's basically a lolly dragon, okay? And this character is just immensely cute, immensely popular. She shows up looking for Toru, okay? Kind of basically likes to pull pranks and stuff, and whatever world she was in before, she pulled some pranks, and they were like, yeah, for your punishment, you're going to Earth. That's a bad sign for Earth, ain't it? For your punishment to go here. Things are happening bad. This is 2020, I know. But this is before that. Okay. Now, kind of being an electric dragon, most dragons generate either their own mana or they bring it in from their environment, right? Well, in this world, there's no mana, there's no magic. So Toru doesn't have a problem because she generates her own, but Kana can't. Kana's just completely powerless until she finds an outlet. Literally, a power outlet, plug. She plugs her tail into the power outlet. Now she's electric dragon, okay? That's how she has to power up. She ain't got any chance. She just, her tail forms like two little prongs and boop, right into the outlet. Just, it's fine. That's how she gets her power. And, you know, kind of, in terms of dragons, she's really young. She's probably a couple hundred years old, to be honest, because dragons live like much longer than everybody else. But she's still a kid, basically. And, you know, as the story progresses, she ends up wanting to go to school. So she goes to school. She makes a friend. That friend is Riko. Riko thinks she is like the cutest thing ever. And this is where some more Yuri comes in. Riko falls madly in love with Kana. Kana kind of wants to reciprocate, but you know, Kana's personality is really dry. It's really flat. Doesn't necessarily know how to communicate emotion terribly well. And Kana kind of wants to go with that and have that kind of relationship. And Riko, it's a thing, but it's weird, it's awkward, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny too. Okay, another character, Fafnir. Fafnir, he's like the emo dragon. Yeah, there's an emo dragon here. He absolutely hates humans. Absolutely, he wants to kill them all, curse them all, throw them all into a pit of fire and doom and death. I mean, that he doesn't give a damn about humans one bit until he comes to our world and gets addicted to anime and video games. Becomes an otaku. This emo dragon looking whatever ends up becoming otaku, ends up living with Takia, which is a co-worker for Kobayashi, and them two roommate, and he starts playing games. Eventually he just kind of becomes indifferent to humans. You know, people just view him as like a shut-in neat otaku, right? That's not really who he is. He doesn't go out and socialize because he hates humans. And like I said, eventually he becomes indifferent to him, but he still doesn't really care for him. It's more of a pain for him to go out and socialize and try to learn what humans do, and he'd rather just stay home and play games. I mean, that's kind of what a lot of us really want to do. Just, you know, stay home, play games, not worry about the world. Oh, okay, I need to go to something a little happier. Big tits, yeah. Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl is yet another dragon, and she's different. She goes by Lukua in the human world, and her arrival's kind of weird because you have Shota. Shota is this, like, I guess you would say elementary, middle school boy or whatever, and he finds these books and everything. I guess his parents were like mages or mages or wizards, like actual ones at some point. He finds this book and it says, okay, I'm going to summon a demon, and Quetzalcoatl, Lukua, being like really, really magically in tune, like she's super powerful, okay? If Toru's powerful, Quetzalcoatl is probably a notch or two up, okay? Toru's like up there. Quetzalcoatl, don't mess with Quetzalcoatl, especially the things. So Quetzalcoatl, Lukua, she just is like, hey, this kid's trying to summon a demon. I kind of want to go to that world anyways. Let's humor him. And so she just, boop, shows up in his little demon circle, and Shota's like, hey, it worked. I summoned a really big titty girl. Damn, okay. And Lukua has no problem flaunting these things. Like, Toru claims to be a D cup for dragon, you know, D for dragon. It's her thing or whatever. Lukua, they need to extend the alphabet for her. These things are huge. It's like a Z plus plus is that's not reality, but that's hers. It's, yep. Lukua, she's one of these dragons. Like the dragons have different factions. Like Kobayashi, I think, is on like the chaos side, and then you have Elma, who is like on a preserve side or a friendly side. But chaos dragons don't really care for humans. The one that Elma's on is like wants to protect and integrate with humans, and Quetzalcoatl is kind of like this indifferent guild, right? It doesn't want to have wars with humans, don't want to murder humans, but also wants to stay out of conflict, and like a neutrality clause, I guess, whatever. I mean, when you see Lukua in a bikini, there's nothing neutral about that. She knows what she does. She was a goddess dragon, and she got kicked out of that position for getting drunk and having a scandal. Okay, this is her. She can do it with anybody. She picks like Shota, this little kid, this little guy or whatever. He refuses to believe that Lukua is a actual dragon. He keeps referring to her as a demon and a succubus. I mean, her body, that's succubus. I don't blame him one damn bit, but he don't realize how lucky he is. I ain't gonna lie. He lucky. If I was that kid, ooh, shit, things would be different in my life. Oh boy. But that's kind of what this anime is. It's a slice of life with all these dragons, different personalities, all basically trying to get along, and a lot of Yuri in it, and along with the Shota. Lukua, I think, is a Shotokan. I'm pretty sure. She's got a thing for the... Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But this is a really fun anime. It's really hilarious. The great thing about slice of life comedy anime is that they can take, you think of Seinfeld, it's all about episodic and situational and everything. That's what this is in a way, but they introduced magic, they introduced dragons. And when you let your mind roam free, you realize just how crazy and silly things can really, really get when you inject those little circumstances. Yeah. And Lukua's tits. I ain't gonna lie about that. Oh. That aside, please like, share, subscribe, whatever platform you're watching on, be it YouTube, be it over on Facebook. We appreciate the help. We need to grow. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.